Kamala Harris has chosen Tim Walz, Minnesota's governor, to be her running mate in November's White House race.
Welcome the next Vice President of the United States, Tim Walz.
The selection of a little-known midwesterner has confused many in the Democratic establishment, who hoped Harris would pick a rising star like Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, in the hopes that he could help them carry the all-important swing states.
You know it, you feel it. These guys are creepy and yes, just weird as hell. That's what you see. That's what you see.
But Walz was the progressives' pick, in part because he has delivered on a string of liberal priorities during his 2 terms leading Minnesota. They include enshrining protections for abortion and gender-affirming care in the state.
Minnesota is just rocking and rolling. You know, he has the free lunches and he has the free breakfast and he has all kinds of things for climate change.
Donald Trump has already painted Walz as a dangerous radical extremist. But in truth, he has broad appeal. His selection has been hailed by figures from across the ideological spectrum. And Walz doesn't really fit the cookie-cutter mold for a progressive. He's a gun owner and a military veteran with a proven track record of winning in rural and typically red districts. It's this broad appeal that Kamala Harris stressed when she introduced Walz to Americans for the first time at a rally in Philadelphia.
A leader who will help unite our nation and move us forward. A fighter for the middle class. A patriot who believes, as I do, in the extraordinary promise of America. So Pennsylvania, I'm here today because I found such a leader. Tim Walz of the great state of Minnesota.
It suggests she believes that Walz, a folksy, straight-talking son of the Midwest, can connect with middle America in ways that she cannot. Harris and Walz's body language on Tuesday night showed they are still becoming acquainted with one another. Hardly surprising given the lightning speed with which Harris has had to make this decision. They seemed unsure about whether they should hug or simply shake hands when they walked onto the stage. But the pair received a rapturous welcome here in Philadelphia. I spoke to plenty of supporters at the rally who were upbeat about Walz's selection, describing him as the perfect balancing act for Kamala Harris.
That is a wonderful combination of talent and experience. Where she is weak at, he has the strength in those points.
We are the underdogs in this race, but we have the momentum.
They balance each other out, and they're going to turn things around for the better for the United States of America.
And it's unity. Right. We're so divided as a country. It's unity. When you're preaching hate and you come to a rally and they're preaching unity.
You know a little something about that commitment to people. I was born in West Point, Nebraska. I lived in Butte, a small town of 400, where community was a way of life. Growing up, I spent the summers working on the family farm. My mom and dad taught us, show generosity towards your neighbors and work for a common good.
He balances Kamala with his progressive pedigree and his experience, where her background is mostly in law prosecution. His is in the human education and coaching.
Thank you, Philadelphia. Thank you, Vice President. God bless America.